This is Brandee J.
Kristy Salazar.
And we are in Brooklyn.
That's right, we are.
Yeah, we're not in Dago today. We are in, I was going to say we are in San Diego. No, we're in New York. Like we said we were going to be. Yes. We are so excited for today's show. We have 3 great guests. And you're going to just be seeing...
we're breaking barriers today. When I say we are breaking barriers, we came to New York to do this thing.
Yes.
And we're doing it.
And we're doing it.
Yeah.
And they probably thought, these Cali girls, are we going to New York? Yeah, we're going to New York.
Sure.
Even though I haven't got accustomed to the New York weather because I'm in my crop tops and open-toe shoes.
We be rolling around in maxi dresses and flip-flops.
It's just like, that's just how we are. But
they're loving it, though.
I know. I'm really excited that we are here. Doing a great thing, talking to 3 wonderful guests. Like Kristy said, we are breaking barriers and everything that we have going on.
That's what we wanted to do from the beginning with the show.
It's a live show.
It's a live show. So you know what, you're going to get that.
Doors are buzzing. It is what it is.
It's a party here today. But you know what, we wanted to create a platform to bring change. And with the guests that we're bringing in today, there's a lot of change going on in the world right now. And we're so excited to be part of that.
Yeah, so we're going to be discussing the plus size industry, the ABC, NBC ban. We're also going to be discussing the transgender issues. Like, we have so much going on. It's going to be an amazing show, and I'm excited. This is New York. This is my 3rd time.
My
second time, and it's been a great adventure, and the love we've been getting from New York is
Thank you,
so
New York.
unreal.
You've been so amazing to us. We're going back so full of love.
Yeah, it's been so amazing. Everyone's been supporting us, showing us so much love, and just can't wait for us to come back, which we will come back.
And we talked about diversity. We're all about diversity, and I think that the show is just showing more and more so our commitment to diversity and our commitment to social issues.
Real issues that are affecting everyone's lives. So just sit back. This is, Brandee J and Kristy from all the way from Brooklyn, New York.
Right.
The home of Biggie Smalls. Hold on, moment of silence. Okay, we got it.
Shout out to Sweet Chicks because we were rocking out last night in Brooklyn. We had some Pac, we had some Biggie. We were like, what? And we had some chicken and waffles. Oh man, Roscoe's, you got beat.
Yes.
Sorry.
So we will be back, Brandee J. For all the way from Brooklyn, New York.
That's right.
And we are back in New York, Brandee J and Kristy Salazar talk show.
That's right.
You ready?
Let's do this.
I know, we're so excited. We have 2 wonderful guests. If you don't know them, you should know them. 2 beautiful plus size models. We have Michelle and we have Ericka B.
Hello.
They, came from Jersey and Connecticut. Now that's
Connecticut. That's dedication.
That's dedication.
I like that.
But I knew once I contacted Michelle, she's gonna be like, yes, I already knew.
All day.
I already knew. So we are discussing, out in the news, you guys know about the ban of the Lane Bryant ad on ABC and NBC.
And it's everywhere. I don't know anyone who, if you're anyone, you've heard the interview, you've seen the articles. And
it's just crazy. And when I found out about it, I was just like, I watched the commercial and I'm like, so the problem is you have an issue that we love our bodies. Like, I'm trying to understand it. And I did a post on social media and it was...
You went hard.
Yeah, I was like, how dare you? Like, how dare you ban something? And we have a lot of young girls who already have issues with their bodies. And to basically say, no, you shouldn't show that or you should be proud of your body, but you can show Victoria's Secret models.
That's what I was going to say. What a double
where
standard.
you can see their ribs and, to me, it was just I was so, for the lack of better word, I was just pissed off.
And to say it was indecent, I was like, Victoria's Secret, they have some of the most, the stuff on there is really, there's nothing to the imagination.
Exactly.
So when they said the article was indecent or the app was indecent, I was like, what is indecent?
Yeah.
So Michelle, we're talking about that.
Yeah, we're talking about that today. So Michelle, being a plus size model, first of all, how long have you been in the industry?
About 3 years.
3 years. So when you saw or heard about the ban of the Lane Bryant ad, what were your thoughts about it as a plus size model in the industry?
First, I left. I really thought it was ridiculous. You see the semi-annual sale of Victoria's Secret. You see what Carl's Jr. that Paris Hilton was in, half naked, ribs out, and here they're banning something that we're embracing.
Exactly.
Beauty. It's ridiculous.
And what about you, Ericka?
I actually, when I first saw someone posted on Facebook talking about it, I thought it was one of those spam, like a joke. This isn't real life. Yeah, I felt we were coming so far, and then all of a sudden, I had to look it up myself because I couldn't believe it. I was like, is this a joke?
And it was, to me, it was more like, I feel like we move a step ahead and then we go 3 steps back.
Yeah.
You know, with Ashley Graham being on the cover of Sports Illustrated.
Yes.
Which was
Ashley.
Great for our industry, but then you have the Lane Bryant, the band, which takes us back like 10 more steps, and then you really don't have them. They embrace us, but then they don't embrace us, and it's just very frustrating.
We're going to give you something, but we're going to take it back.
We're going to take it back.
Mm-hmm. Not too much.
Just
You don't empower them too much.
Just
give you a taste.
Take it back. So it's just very frustrating. I know.
I think it was discrimination, to be honest. There was no other word for it. We talk about all kinds of discrimination. That was just plain right discrimination. For people that don't agree with that, it was obvious. And it was based upon mainstream sponsorship, mainstream media that says, here's what you're supposed to look like to be on TV.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, we're breaking that.
Yeah, and I tell people, I say, real women, we have curves. We have, it's natural curves. This is who we are. And
Homegrown.
Women pay for the curves.
Yeah.
I mean, why are you
the butt
taking on
injection,
people?
everything, and it's like, what's the issue? And I tell people, I don't want to be a size 0.
No.
I never wanted to be a size 0. The smallest I ever wore was a 6, and I looked like a dang crackhead.
I looked very
I
thin.
looked-
God gave us meat.
I
We
look
buy
like-
potatoes. God gave us the meat. Embrace it.
Exactly. So how long have you been in the industry?
2 years.
2 years.
Yeah.
And getting into the industry, I've been in it for about 7. I've seen it from both angles. As a model and also behind the scenes putting on productions and things like that. But being a plus size woman in this industry, it's kind of hard because of so many things we still have to do, and so many brands still haven't openly accepted plus size.
Yeah.
So, what are you guys' thoughts about, a lot of the, for example, the mainstream stores not having more plus size options when we control the retail industry and they only service 3% of us?
Right.
So what are you guys what do you feel about that as being a plus size woman, going to shop and being frustrated?
You can go ahead,
For
Jen.
me, it's very frustrating. I'm 5'10" and a half, so the height comes into play with things, the weight comes into play with things, and I love when I pick up a plus size shirt and it looks like a crop top. It's amazing.
Brandee would love that.
That's great. Not that there's anything wrong. There's nothing wrong with the crop top.
Only when you're looking for it.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's a little disappointing, when you go, especially with your friends who are a lot smaller. Oh my goodness, and you're buying a makeup bag, or you're
I'm sorry, I'm
buying.
having a super moment because I can tell the Jersey accent.
From New Jersey.
I can hear it. I'm like,
I will turnpike for you later, girl.
I'm surprised you didn't come in animal print because I know.
My hair are not as big today, and my lips aren't as dead. You can see my lips today.
We got completely off topic.
It happens.
So we're gonna take a quick break.
Get ourselves together.
Get ourselves together. So we'll be right back. Brandee J,
Kristy Salazar.
all the way from Brooklyn, New York.
That's right, on location.
Hey everyone, we are back having a great time in New
Yeah, we
York.
are. Wow, we were talking about we kind of got derailed off the plane there, but we're talking about some big issues.
Sorry, the accent
The East Coast accents are throwing Brandee
Yes.
off track
Off
today.
track.
Yesterday,
It's kind of funny.
I found her weakness.
Yes. Yeah. So during the break, you brought up a good point about how the body issues affect the young girls of today, the teenagers, and you see it firsthand. And tell us a little bit about what do you see from the young girls that deal with it?
So I see from my as a school nurse, I see girls you could tell they come down to the nurse and they're not themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And then the girls that come in, they feel faint.
Mm-hmm.
They don't feel good. They're not eating.
Right.
They're not eating, and they're exercising, and they're talking about, oh, well, I'm watching this, and I'm dieting, and I'm thinking to myself, you're a middle schooler.
Why are you dieting? You're still growing.
You should be just living.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Enjoy your adolescence. And there's such pressure. And
See, when I was a teenager, if I wanted a chimichanga, a burrito,
She's so Mexican.
we would go get it, and then we would play some basketball. The calories would work off, but we ate whatever we wanted. But growing up, you know, we wanted to be, you know, have our bodies and things like that. But for me, I didn't come into my own problem until I was 15, until my body just firmed out with, you know, flat stomach, big hips, big thighs, with a big butt, whatever. But thinking back then to see how we were with our bodies, it was completely different.
Mm-hmm.
We were like, because we didn't have Facebook, social media, anything. We just like wanted to work out. We were athletic. But now it's the pressure.
Well, look at you have social media. You have, you know, no offense to Kylie Jenner and all the other little Instagram models, but you have all these young girls that are showing what perfection is supposed to look like.
Yeah.
And then you have your 13-year-old and your 14-year-old trying to imitate that. So the pressure is on, the struggle is on, and these parents, they're not really home. So who's raising your child? Instagram, Snapchat?
Yeah. Periscope.
Yeah, exactly.
All that. When you, seeing the young girls, you see a lot of them having a lot of eating disorders. And like really just like
diagnosing eating disorders?
Yeah.
Well, I don't see any actually diagnosed, but I can tell that it's maybe a subconscious thing that's brewing. That like come high school, if they don't talk to somebody, it could probably, you know, I mean, I know personally I've had a few friends when I was in middle school that, you know, would barely eat and then feel faint, and come middle school, they were, I mean, come high school, they were in that boat of having an eating disorder.
And that's sad because you're setting up patterns early on, and when it's statistically proven, when a teenage girl starts something like an eating disorder, it's very hard for her to transition out of it as she gets into adulthood. Very hard. You know, so she kind of carries it from one chapter of her life to the next.
So Michelle, growing up, because your height
Yeah.
and your size, how was it for you growing up as a teenager, dealing with all that?
Not the greatest. Being tall and chubby was never a great combination. I was always the girl that was.
But look at her now.
Hey! All of us are revenge.
Yes, I was the other.
There's your revenge woman right there.
There's my revenge. Everyone that made fun of me. But it was difficult. I was always the tall and chubby girl next to the teachers in the school pictures. I was the girl that couldn't go shopping with my friends. I had to go to Sears to go to Pretty Plus at the age of 8 or 9. And it just really, it made me not comfortable with my body at a young age. And as I got older and I see all these other plus size Emmy coming up and, you know, women setting the way for us, it made me embrace my height as well as my weight. And, you know, I love the label curvy. I love being plus size now.
Yeah.
Now.
Like you own it. Hey.
I love it. Right, I own it now.
So now everyone wants to be curvy. Now everyone wants to be plus size. And I tell people there is a difference between curvy and plus size.
Yes.
So, but
What is that difference? Like what people, for the, you know, the viewers that don't know, what is that difference when you say curvy and plus size?
I'm not considered plus size in the industry because of my small waist. My waist is 30-31.
So the waist dictates whether or not you're plus size?
Yeah, well, it's the shape and just your size. So for me, I'm considered curvy because small waist, small top, big thighs, big butt. So when I get measured, I hear it all the time from designers, you're not plus size. You're not true plus size. You're curvy. I'm like, I know that. So my name is Brandee Curvy J. Like, I know what I am. I know that. But Michelle will be considered plus size because of her height.
Okay.
And their proportion. And so with Ericka, but Ericka to me is more curvy. So it's crazy.
It's proportional
It's
based upon the height and
based.
the proportion of the
And there's a
shape.
difference between curvy, plus size, and BBW. Because they always try to put all three together, and I tell people all the time, it's not the same. So that's like the difference. A BBW can be, what, 300 pounds? About 300 pounds, and they're considered a big, beautiful woman. And then they get lumped in with being plus size. I'm like, no, they're not plus size. Like, there's levels to it, but they just lump us all.
And the same thing like you say about healthy curves and non-healthy curves.
Yes.
And you're a firm believer in that. So
I'm
I
a
think
firm believer in
people don't
healthy curves.
understand the different levels. You know, I mean, we don't want to say don't label yourselves, but there are labels to put
Yeah.
yourself in the category.
Yeah, like I said, I'm a firm believer in healthy curves because I've seen what it did to my sister who she's in her 40s now, but in her 20s she was 300 pounds and she got diagnosed with diabetes. So, and her health just wasn't there. So growing up and seeing that, was an eye-opener. And then having other family members who had issues with their weight and their health. So for me, I said, I love being curvy, I love my body, but I want to be a healthy, curvy woman. So that's why I do work out. I do, make sure my curves are proportionally the way they need to be. And I just feel like that has to be more displayed not even in the industry, but just in life in general.
Because it's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle. Your health is important. Both of them are beautiful. Ericka, Michelle, beautiful.
Definitely.
They love their bodies. They're curvy, but it's the healthy curves. So that's it's really important just to love yourself and be healthy and embrace who you are.
Where do you see the industry? I mean, I'm asking you guys.
We'll have to
where do you
take a
see the industry going? Oh,
so we'll be back.
see, we're getting deep.
Yeah, so we'll take a quick break and then we'll come back for asking the next question. Like, where do we see the plus size industry going? So we'll be right back. Brandee J,
Kristy Salazar,
all the way from New York.
That's right. Bye.
And we are back. Brandee J and
Kristy Salazar.
Yes, all the way from Brooklyn, New York. I just like saying Brooklyn.
We're gonna come back with an accent. I don't know where it's coming from.
I don't know.
She's got Jersey. I got some hood.
I
don't know about that. New York, and we all ready.
We're having a great time. So we've been talking about the plus size industry, breaking barriers, doing a lot of great things. So as being in the industry as models, where do you guys see the industry going? Like how? Like just in the next 5 years? Honestly.
I think we're moving in the right direction. I do feel it. I feel that it's more constant and consistent. Not as consistent as it should be because obviously we took a step back with this ad not being aired. But as far as like Ashley Graham with Sports Illustrated, and I feel like plus models are being more accepted.
I kind of feel like everyone wants to be a plus model now. I kind of think they think it's the thing to do. And
do you think it's a trend or do you think it's a movement? Because there's a difference between a trend and a movement.
I think it's a fad. I think certain people, they see the industry going in a direction and they just want to jump on real quick to be a part of it, to get some money, to have something.
Do you think businesses are doing that as well, though?
Yes, I do. I really do. I don't think people really want to do it to change the industry, to progress the industry. They want to be a part of it to just get some money and say, oh, I support for political reasons.
Yeah.
Because it's a good look. Because now everyone, I see it all the time on Instagram and things like that. Oh, I'm a plus model, let me take a selfie. Oh, okay, in the bathroom, I get it. But there's
bathroom models.
Yeah, and I tell people
So it's movie cases.
Yeah, like I tell people there's more to being a plus size model than just being a thick girl. And I tell them, you don't understand the work that these models put in. It's not just let me show up and look cute. It's working on your craft. It's doing the runway training, the posing. It's not an easy job. It's kind of like how people think when we host red carpet. Oh, it's easy.
No, we just show up. We just
show up.
Right.
No, it's work you put into it. So I honestly just, think it's a fad. I don't think some people really care to see our industry progress to the level where they want to, where it should be. I don't think they want to see women our sizes on mainstream TV, loving our body, doing certain things, and on the same level as the Victoria's Secret size.
Well, I think it would be beautiful to see something like a Victoria's Secret for plus size. I think that's where, I would hope the industry would go, is that it becomes not a trend, not a fad, but it becomes a movement of people that saying, we own our bodies, we love our bodies, and we're taking it to the next level.
I hope it's not a fad. I feel that these retailers and society as a whole, they're going to have no choice but to accept things for what they are, because our bodies are forever changing. As we were talking before, the 13-year-olds look like 20-year-olds.
Exactly.
Years ago, they're very straight size. Girls didn't have curves.
No hips,
nothing. You bought those things. Now, because of all the hormones that are added into the food, everyone's overdeveloped and developing very fast. And I feel like they're gonna have no choice but to give us what we need and what we want. The demand is definitely there. What is it? Over
supply and demand.
Over 60%.
67% of the women are size 12 and over.
12 and over, yeah.
We contribute 60% towards the retail industry.
That's insane.
But they don't they don't give enough platforms to the plus size designers. And that's something that bothers me because there's so many talented designers in the industry. But if you're not in the industry, you don't know these designers even exist. You know some of the brands exist, but you know, everyone doesn't want to look the same. And if you're not in the industry, you don't know these designers exist. Like when I got into the industry about 6-7 years ago, I was like taken back because I was like, these people exist? And it's just like, well, where are they? And that's what got me to say, you know what, if the mainstream media doesn't want to give them a platform, I'm going to give them a platform because not everyone wants to continue to wear the same thing and look the same. And it's our responsibility as plus size models, as people in the industry, to all come together versus not coming together, because you get that in the plus size industry where there's certain cliques and people don't want to come together. And I tell people all the time, I don't believe in cliques. I don't get down.
That's for high school.
That's for high school. If we come together more and work together, we get more done. But that's not happening in the industry, and it's frustrating. But all these plus size designers who are out there, it's like we need to do more to get them in the stores. We need to do more to get them where we need to be, you know, so we don't have to continue to go to the same brands or same designers.
And I think with collaboration, you can cultivate that type of environment that says, okay, we are here, we're going to own this, so we have a need, you're going to fill it.
So we'll be right back.
Right, we're just getting started. It's all about breaking barriers. When we come back, we're breaking some more barriers.
Yes.
Stay tuned.
Bye. We'll be back.
All right, everyone, we're back. Brandee J.
Where we at?
We're in Brooklyn, New York. You see, my accent's already back. I've only been here a couple of days.
I'm surprised these two managed to get surviving in the hood.
We ain't your average chicks, though. We ain't your average girl. I'll tell you that much. It's just been such an
great
amazing
time.
You know, when we came out here, we wanted to really set the tone for the show, the second season, and about really making a change in mainstream and what people are supporting.
What they think is mainstream.
Exactly.
What they think.
We're changing the face of mainstream.
Changing the face.
And so I'm really, really excited because those of you that know, in the first season, I am an out lesbian. I got to see it because people are like, well, do you got a man? No, I got a girl. So
She has a wifey.
I do a wifey. So, but I wanted to really encompass part of the LGBT community in season 2, and because that community has been what has gotten me to this level. The amount of support.
They've been the support for both of us.
Yes, the support that we get has been insane. So I love you, my Rainbow City. I do. I'm the biggest rainbow representative ever because I feel like when we did this, individually and together, I wanted to create a platform to be able to talk about the LGBT community because we are not showcased on media. We're not represented in media.
And they don't want to talk about it. They kind of want to talk about it, but they don't. And growing up in, San Diego, the child that I was, when I used to have friends, I have friends and gay and lesbian, and other people try to bully them. And I was that person who was like, okay.
You were the advocate.
Yeah, I was an advocate because it's like, what they want to do, what does that have to do with you, and why do you have an issue? And, last year, my daughter, Jada, who's 15, she came out as being bisexual. And she said, well, Mommy, I thought you were going to kick me out. I said, just let me know what you bringing home so I know what role to play. We going to bring home a guy one day and a girl. I just need to know who I'm saying.
She said your auntie's the biggest lesbian in San Diego.
I know. Yeah, I was like, what's the issue? With the last year was huge for the LGBT community with Caitlyn Jenner coming, transgender.
But that wasn't, here's the thing, and that's what the LGBT community, there's one thing that I hear a lot in San Diego and nationwide, is that the transgender community is underrepresented.
Yes.
It's you have lesbian, you have gay, but you have bi, but you have this community of people who are not represented because people don't understand, people don't get it. So with that said, we wanted to give a platform today to talk about transgender issues because Caitlyn Jenner is not the all, I'm sorry, but you are not the end all of the transgender community.
She doesn't even know she's not comfortable within herself yet.
She's on her own journey and we respect that. But I wanted to bring in someone who could really identify and tell us a little bit about the community. And here in New York, what is the vibe out here? What is the community like? So I got the talented, when I say talented, not just fly.
Yeah.
Fly.
She sent me the link and I was like,
fly. so we got Miss Genuwine Beauty, and she's a
Hey,
beauty.
everybody, how you doing?
So what do you think? Like when I reached out to you, you were telling me a little bit about, you did an amazing article, and the article showcased you, but you being transgender and in the community, what do you feel the support is of that community right now in society?
Well, to be honest, now my trans sisters and brothers are starting to recognize me as far as my music, but it's still a lot of shade in the community, especially on my part, because I'm labeled as a lesbian, transgender lesbian as well.
Explain that. What would people say? How do they?
Well, majority of the transgenders are heterosexual, which means they mess with men.
Okay.
And a lot of the girls be asking me, why did you transition if you still like girls? And I always tell them transgender doesn't deal with sexual orientation, it does with your identity.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's still, especially with the ballroom scenery and, girls getting different moans and in the bags and stuff, there's a lot of competition, especially in the transgender community. Especially
so there's division within the community itself.
Right. It's including with the witch queens, which is flamboyant feminine boys.
Okay.
So it's like always constant competition, regardless in whatever you go. It's like the black transgenders, the Hispanics, and the whites. You know what I'm saying? Some of us get along, some of us don't. It's basically a majority of them look as competition. I just feel like the only reason why it's behind the ballroom team.
Mm-hmm.
So.
How do you feel like, when Caitlyn Jenner came out, that, I think we kind of all saw it going that way. If you watch the show, you knew Bruce was, it was going on.
Yeah.
But do you think that it took the transgender community to a different place, or do you think that it set it back? Because I don't think she could be a poster child for the transgender community because she hasn't been in it and part of it to be able to really say it.
Yeah and no, but each to his own. They always saying every girl has a different story.
Yeah.
Why they transition, whether it could be money-wise, whether it's for drag shows, whether if it's always been felt like a woman, or being disrespected of a man's image, you don't want to be a part of it. Everybody's story is different. But transgenders has been around since before me. I was even born,
Before time,
before time,
way back.
and especially in the industry, Phoeynx, but there's a lot of down low men that mess around.
You hear it all in Hollywood.
Oh yeah, you do.
Yeah.
So they said in Atlanta, back home in Atlanta, they said 2 out of the 3 men in Atlanta are bisexual, and majority they mess with the trans girls.
Wow, that's a big.
I think for me, going back to the Caitlyn Jenner when she came out, and when she had the other transgenders, and she to me, it's like she has more. There's more fame behind it.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's not this, listening to what the other transgenders went through. It's the struggle of being abused.
Right. Being abused.
Employment.
It's bad enough. It's bad enough that a lot of people see transgender and they think, oh, she's a sex symbol. She's all about sex. She's always about prostitution. No. Don't get me wrong. I used to sex work myself until I got myself a regular 9 to 5. It's hard in the transgender community. It's just that.
They say employment is hard to come by because a lot of employers will not employ transgender people. So you have people that are having to resort to other methods of survive. It's a survival mechanism. How did your family respond when you came out as transgender?
Well, my mom and my little sister, you know what I'm saying? They see me when I was locked up incarcerated back in Atlanta. My mom didn't believe it at first, but now she's coming around, she's trying to call me as my gender pronoun name and my name and whatever. My majority of my family is like, they accept it, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day,
it's family.
It's family.
Yeah.
But it's like, when I was growing up younger, my parents was never around because they were always constantly working. So I was mostly raised by female babysitters, along with my little sister, so I knew I was going to be different anyway. So my stepdad, he was employed in the Navy. He really never honored like that. He was like a dickhead in my Be real, Dad, I love you if you're watching this, but sorry. Yeah.
I just call it All right, we're back and we're talking with Genuine Beauty, and again, what a beauty! Not only artistic and music. I mean, this is a person
just being real, just real and honest.
Some girls can't take me because my mouth is like this, like yo, you got a little bit too much mouth. But I'm like, no,
I'm like that. My mouth is terrible. I used to be like, I'm terrible.
Nah, we feeling it. So we're talking about, you with your family, when you come out to your family and how people respond. What do you think, because you're also a performer, you are an amazing hip hop artist. I mean, I think that there is a lack of representation in the music industry for transgender community. Is it the same here in New York, or is it just like a California?
Well, it's yeah and no. I mean, I know another known transgender rapper that actually worked with Foxy Brown. Her name is B. Dillinger.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of hard, especially if you're in the new rise, and especially if you're not in the community like me. I'm not in the ballroom scene at all.
Okay.
So it's going to be a little bit more harder for me to grab my LGBT community because I'm not really known, but I've been pushing my music out lately, you know what I'm saying? And people be seeing me around the village. Like, hey,
music is great.
The new trans rapper out here, this, that, and the third, you know what I'm saying? And my intention is to get the youth. The reason why I want to attract the youth is because a lot of youth is misguided. They feel trapped inside that, oh, I'm LGBT. I've been doing music since before I came out. Now I can't do them. Bullshit. I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying, trying to set up a role model for the young transgenders or the whole young LGBT community, period.
That's amazing because you're using your story to create a platform for change.
Right.
And I think even now the youth, they don't want to put labels on what they are.
Right.
Labels are made for clothes.
Yeah, they don't want to put labels on what they are, and to me, you shouldn't put labels. Like, I tell people, the world is so concerned with other people versus with themselves. Like, if it doesn't affect your household, what's your issue?
I have sayings. Closets are made for clothes. I don't live in a closet.
Yeah.
And labels are made for clothes. I mean, it's just, you have to be able to be proud of who you are and own it.
So growing up, when did you know?
Well, I ain't been new now. I was a girl around 17. I had the different piercings in high school, the nose ring, the eye ring. I used to get manicures. I used to keep clean shaved face, shaved everything, put feminine deodorant and all that stuff. I knew I was different. But the reason why it took me so long to transition is because, once again, my street reputation. Me being in the street so hard with gang members and this, that, and third. So it was like hard.
Were you afraid of what?
The retaliation and how people was going to react, whether or not people was still going to mess with me, still call my friends. So about 2 years ago, I was like, you know what? I don't care. I'm going to be me who I am. I'm tired of being depressed. And I did it.
I love that.
And I found out who was my really people was, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? I'm grown and my happiness is only for me, not for nobody else. Regardless if people respect me or not, at the end of the day, I'm still going to be Kenyatta to this day.
That's right. That's amazing. And that's what it's really about. And so you started part of this 10 movement. Tell us about the 10 movement.
Trans Entertainment was started by Stan in Atlanta.
Thank you, Stan. You sent amazing.
Basically, Stan runs also a straight label as well. Like, he's been in the music game for years. He was seeking, you know what I'm saying, he's a man that messes in with the trans girls as well. He was seeking an opportunity to help the trans community out, for music. And he felt like
give him exposure,
but a lot of people was telling him that trans girls was not marketable. So he had opened a showcase back in March 2 years ago at a straight club. I came out. I showed him my boy music at the time, and I've been sticking with Stan since then. Stan wanted to close the program because a lot of girls was using the label as publicity, like Facebook famous and all that stuff, and they weren't really serious music. And I kept him pushing, you know what I'm saying? And here we are today.
That's right.
So I'm basically Stan's backhand bone. I'm also co-manager of 10.
That's amazing. And 10 stands for Trans
Entertainment Network. Correct.
So we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back, add a couple more questions. So I'm excited.
I know. Be right back.
I'm just like being practiced. I'm like, I just love this conversation.
I know. We'll be right back. Breaking barriers,
Yes.
diversity. It's all on the Brandee J
And Kristy Salazar Talk Show.
Be back.
Hey everyone, this is Brandee J.
Kristy Salazar.
And we are back talking to. I'm
Community.
just memorized by this conversation because it's needed and it's what people needed to be discussing. And I just commend you for everything because it takes a strong person to say, I'm going to be me, I'm going to do me, and I don't care what anyone has to say.
Right.
I'm going to be happy. And you had mentioned that, you were just tired of being depressed. And I know they said in the transgender, there's a lot of depression and suicide because people are struggling. So how did you overcome the depression, dealing with transitioning and coming out as being you?
Because you must have felt isolated.
Yeah.
Well, I use treating my depression and my anger through my music.
As your outlet.
My outlet. So my music has always been there. It's never left my side. I know I was introduced to her since I was 12, I'm 27 now.
And your music is so hard. Me and Brandee were bumping yesterday in the room getting ready. We're like, oh, this is fire.
I got good ears.
Yeah.
Like,
we're taking her back to Cali because Cali, we're bringing this one back because it's fire. Her lyrics
so
are fire.
what's coming up for you? You have any shows coming up?
Well, my manager is actually trying to host a birthday party / show for me on my birthday in May up here at X Club XL.
What?
I'm currently working on my album called The Gangster's Queen. Unfortunately, some of my producers is, having technical difficulties with their equipment. But other than that, I've just been working on my documentary and second interview with Fusion Magazine, talking to y'all.
I feel so blessed that we have you because things are just meant to be, and I think you were the perfect inclusion to this episode. It's absolutely
It's really important because
recently, actually, the label was down in Texas for the Pink Elephant Tour, hosted promoter Tim West.
Okay.
We're working with things with Tim West. See, the thing is, we're getting known. It's just that everything that a lot of people would be hitting us up in that last minute. So basically, our mission for Trans Entertainment Network is trying to be a mainstream label and industry partner.
in the fashion industry.
As well. So. Stan got hit up by Sony Records a few months ago or whatever, but he has heard anything back with it. Now, remind you, he had told me that Sony Records had an LGBT group, but it did not work.
Mm-hmm.
So now we have to grind.
That's right, because you got to prove yourself even more.
You gotta go hard and put yourself out there. So,
well, check out the music. Where can they find your music?
Yes.
You can find me on SoundCloud. Genuwine Beauty. Genuwine Beauty is spelled GENUWINE, and then the regular Beauty. Or you can find me on Reverb Nation, the same way it's spelled. Again, GENUWINE Beauty.
What about your Instagram?
Instagram.
The real Genuwine Beauty. Same thing. Twitter, Genuwine Beauty.
See, it's easy when you just use your name. Like I tell people.
Exactly. That's what we say. You just use our name, Google it.
It's
It'll
so
come
simple.
up.
So,
what do you believe? One thing I want to ask you before we let go is, what is advice that you would leave to the younger generation? Because you're using your music as a platform and as an outlet, and you're going to inspire other LGBT youth and adults to come into their own, to transition. What is something that you would leave them with?
I would say, be yourself. Don't let nobody tell you who you can't be. Because at the end of the day, only you know yourself, and you make your own self happy. You know what does for you or what's wrong for you. So I always tell people, never settle lesser than your dreams, because once you get to your dreams, what's next? So exceed beyond your dreams.
Oh, I just got goosebumps. I got tears and goosebumps.
That's how we're going to end it. So we'll be right back.
Beautiful, inside and out support.
Yes.
Be back.
We're gonna have her back on.
I know.
Yes.
Oh.
So we'll be back.
Be back.
Hey everyone, we are back. New York, Brandee J.
Kristy Salazar.
We have been having an amazing show
Wow.
discussing breaking barriers, and we're just so excited. We talked about the plus size industry, the transgender community. Now we have the wonderful, beautiful Miss Phoeynx Rain designer.
Amazing stylist for today.
Yeah, she
We're
styled
loving
both of
it.
us. And not only she's a designer, she is an executive editor of Lux Curves magazine and has been a designer in the industry for a long time. And earlier we were discussing the plus size industry.
Yes.
And as a designer, being an independent designer, where do you feel the plus size industry is right now, and how far do we have to go to get to a better level?
Oh, wow. Well, you know what? I always like to start with the positive. I think we are much better than we ever were. You know, I'm a little bit older in the industry, even as an independent. And I grew up with my grandma going to stores like Catherine's, and, you know, they're seen as like the old lady plus stores,
Yeah.
you know. Though they do try to keep it modern, shout out to them, but the younger crowd isn't really shopping there. So now you have, you know, the Lane Bryants and the Ashley Stewarts and the Torrids and things like that. So definitely better. But I have a very unique perspective as well, because I fit nowhere. And so there is still a large portion of the community that just does not fit. We're not quite plus per se, you know, slightly on the smaller end to be able to go into those retailers and actually purchase something, but still too far on the larger end to actually shop comfortably in the standard size stores, because those things are too small. And so, and that's one of the powerful things about, you know, being involved with Lux Curves magazine, because we talk about curves coming in all sizes. There is a whole range of women with curvy bodies, some of them as small as a size 4, and some of them may be on a different end of the spectrum and be at a 24 or a 28. And that doesn't mean that every body type is shaped the same, you know. So the real story is that we still have a long way to go, because clothes just simply need to fit.
And as
At
a
the end of the
designer-
day, a woman wants her clothes to fit.
Yeah, and as a designer, because I mean, you are a designer and you are a plus size designer, but I'm rocking your outfit, and it's like it's made just for curves. You know, you don't have to. So I think every woman wants to feel good, no matter what kind of curves she has, and your line allows that, because it allows it to be sexy, classy, and embrace whatever curves you have.
Yes.
So you don't necessarily have to be plus size to wear your clothes.
Right. I try to really challenge myself as a designer to think through the function of my garments. So how am I actually going to wear this? How is this woman going to wear this? And from the standpoint of being an independent designer, because we have to fund everything, right? We don't have a manufacturer
No big time
yet. No
investors.
big time investors.
Your
There's no
resources.
pot of money. It's your resources. You have to buy every bit of fabric. You have to think about things like waste and, you know, the value of something having a shelf life and being able to sell it. So you have to think about these things. I have to challenge myself, like, how many ways can I make a garment that will fit as many women as possible, flatter them all, but be cost efficient to me, so that I can make that same style 15 times.
But also, as women, our bodies change.
Yes.
We fluctuate in weight. So to be able to wear something that still looks good if I'm a size 10 to a size 14, 16.
Right, you don't have to have your skinny clothes and your fat clothes. Like that's the closet
It's like,
reality that we
you
have.
have
We have our fat
the
clothes, we have
draws
our
and the period draws.
and you don't want to
No,
wear
she did. We just kept it real on the show.
You do. I'm sorry, ladies. You got the good, cute, sexy panties, and you got
And then you got your bumpy grandmas.
You got the period panties. We all do. So I'm just saying we do. It's just the reality of it. But you want to have the clothes that, you know, with our bodies changing, you still look good
and
in
that you
them.
can change them up.
And you can change them up.
And then, you know, there are those of us who, like, we travel. Our lifestyle is such that we travel. We're going places. And nowadays, the airlines is not friendly to bags. You know, there was a time where some of us were prone to others.
Exactly.
We'll have a whole bag.
That's why me and Phoeynix connected. We're like, you got 4 bags? I got 4 bags. But we good. Brandon's like, I got one.
I got one, and that was hard.
Right, and that's hard, right?
Yeah.
So if you're traveling, how many ways can you take one dress and one pair of pants and turn that into 4 different garments and wear it interchangeably and not look like you have the same thing on?
And one thing I love about your designs, we met, what, 5 years ago? When I six when I came into the industry, and your leggings. And we contacted each other, we met, built a relationship, and I was doing a shoot, and you sent me the leggings. When I tell you, I said, these are the best. It was like having a great orgasm.
Wow.
These are the best leggings.
I'm about to get some leggings.
Yes.
They produce all that.
They fit. And they are comfortable. And I said, Phoeynx, I don't think they're going to fit over this butt and hip. She was like, don't worry about it. I said, are you sure? Because you see this butt. It's a lie. It's like there. It's like, hello. And she was like, yeah. And I put them on. I'm sorry. I was like, before Beyonce came out with Formation and stuff, I was like, God damn it.
She was rocking it.
I was like those leggings.
She was feeling herself.
I was putting myself in those leggings in the bikini top. I was like, yes, honey, yes. But she makes her clothes to fit curvy women, all shapes and sizes, comfortably and stylish.
Your garment should function.
It should function.
They shouldn't just look cute. They should look cute, but they should look cute and they should function because we live in our clothes, right? We do things, and I'm no shade on the prissy girls. I love all the girls. I love all the girls, but I'm an active sort of tomboyish kind of. I go from stilettos to Jordans, sneakers, right? And so I need to be able to move around. And being a designer sounds real cute. People think it's flashy and they want to do it.
They don't understand.
But most of the time, I'm crawling around on the floor. I've got thread all over me.
She got booty tape.
Right. It's not pretty. So
we'll be right back because we have everyone signaling us. We need to take a break.
Exactly. We're back again. Phoeynx Rain.
We'll be back. Brandee J and Kristy Salazar talk show. So we are back. Brandee J and Kristy Salazar talk show, and talking about so many great topics, breaking barriers today, plus size issues, transgender. We have designer Phoeynx Rain, who designed and
breaking barriers on her
our
own
clothes outfit today, and discussing real things. So, being an independent designer, as you said, everything is funded yourself. And being a designer for the plus size industry, do you think it's hard? Like, I'm trying to put this in a question where, how do you feel like the mainstream can support the independent designer more to get your clothing in the stores so people have access to your clothing?
So then that's a big question, because you have to address the machine, the commercialism that is the industry. And unfortunately, that commercialism is really not friendly to the independent designer, because they are dealing in something that's called fast fashion. And that is that clothes are made very quickly, very cheaply. They are basically disposable. It's fast turnaround. And the way that you make money in that model is that you produce in mass. So much mass that it is not even something that is feasible, right, for the independent designer. So one of the ways that mainstream can support more independent designers is moving back to a model where less is produced, which is something that really is globally conscious anyway. And when you talk about some of the really strong documentaries and things that are out in the marketplace now, one called The True Cost of Fashion, talking about really how much the fashion industry is depleting our planet. In how
materials
and the way things are produced in this mass marketed model. So if we get back to independent designers like us,
do you want to be in a store, or do you want to stay independent designer?
I want to be in a store, but I actually have no desire to market in mass. I see myself in very independent, cute boutiques, things that cater to a client who likes something special, who can feel just as special as the woman who can afford to pay $5,000 for one piece. But she feels as special because she knows that designer really only made 3 of that
So
skirt.
you want the quantity versus the quality.
Yeah, that designer only made 2 of that top. You know, I make special pieces, and I feel like all of my pieces are special. So special that I don't want 2,000 of them.
I agree with that.
But
Because the worst thing is people all wear the same clothes.
It's
Right.
just irritating.
Have
It's
you
like-
ever shown up at an event?
I
where
have.
a woman
I gotta
wearing the same dress?
say, yes, and it was the most horrible experience.
Right.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man.
But it's like, I think with, you know, the mass productions and everything we have going on, it is irritating because you see people wearing the same thing, and that's why I love showcasing independent designers. I'm all for the independent artists.
Yes.
And it just really makes me happy just to see shedding light on them.
And she makes earrings.
Yes.
And purses. I mean,
Yes.
this is hot. I mean,
This is
everything
hot.
is
Everything.
You know,
And then
amazing.
Phoeynx has always been for the real woman. And, you know, just designing and just doing everything for the woman. So it's just like, if you haven't had one of her dresses on, her leggings, these, like I said, leggings are like having a great orgasm when you put them on.
I don't know, because this pantsuit is just like,
And I was like, that's gonna fit Kristy. So, but you know, it's what you are doing, what you've been doing, Phoeynx, is amazing. And I'm just so thankful
We're rocking
that,
with it.
yeah, we've met and we continue to, it's like a big sis relationship, you know, she be cracking me up and, you know, it's
and she makes a good breakfast.
Oh, no, let's not talk about that breakfast. She made a great, I was knocked out for like 8 hours.
Yeah, it was like, we went into like a food coma. I'm like, Brandee, we got meetings, we got like calls.
I'm like, wait a minute. Well, you know, we'll be right back with Brandee J.
Chris Salazar. Hey everyone, we're back. Brandee J, Chris Salazar talk show.
Having a great time.
In Brooklyn.
The behind the scenes, like, you know, I'm
Man,
sorry.
it's gonna be comedy.
I'm just so raw. I don't know how, like, it's just.
We're just real.
It's real. This is
Real and raw, you don't like it.
Yeah. So I wanted to do something different because we're in New York.
Yes.
So I wanted to do, we do normally do like panel discussions and things, but I'm like, I want to do like a
We
woman
feel
group
homey.
session.
Yes.
So we have all the guests here, and so ladies, let's discuss. Well, I want to do something different.
All right, I'm always up for different. You know, I think out the box.
As long as it's not my boys, because I don't know shit about boys.
Neither do I.
I'm sorry.
I love it.
I was like, let's talk about sex.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
I think that, you know, again, because we have so many different representations here in this thing.
Yeah.
Like, what is important to women of all orientations, all backgrounds, you know?
With orgasms.
She did not.
No, not that. Be safe about it.
There you go.
I mean, that too is a plus, but god damn this thing. Girl. Alright, you get an orgasm, you get a motherfucking 20 years. Right?
Don't let the orgasm cost you something.
Right. You gotta work it like this. Like, goddamn, why am I itching for?
She's saying she's responsible.
I'm keeping 100. These things out here dirty. Right.
Phoeynx,
Oh God, somebody give me the
Exactly. Filter us back in. What do you think?
home to that one. I'm going to say that women of all orientations really at core want to feel good. That's what
I
that
agree
is.
with her.
There
That was a
are
good way to put it.
extremes of feeling good.
Yeah.
There are different aspects of feeling good. But at core, we all want to feel good. And what we want is to feel good from a healthy and happy place.
Yes.
Because there's some things that make us feel good that are not good for us.
Right.
So we want to zone into a place where we are feeling good and in our happy place from a happy place, meaning we have to
Instead of
really
masking
minister
it.
to ourselves. Beauty starts inside. I started
Amen.
even this fashion game saying, what sense does it make to put a beautiful dress on a woman who does not feel good?
Ooh.
My clothes will not look beautiful.
Yeah.
When a woman feels good, she is going to make my clothes look amazing.
That
So I
her
dress the woman
lightness.
from the inside.
Yeah, and I think, you know, being able to feel good within yourself and loving who you are.
I think that's the most
That
important.
is really important because then you don't care what people have to say.
And people want to feel loved, but I
Yes.
think you have to love yourself genuine and own who you are
Yes,
in your
absolutely.
journey before anyone can love you. Because if you're pushing love on someone, if you want someone to love you but you don't love yourself, when that person's not feeling you that day or they're having a moment, you're going to internalize it and you're going to wonder what's wrong with you. But if you love yourself, you're gonna be like, you having a bad day? Cool, I'll see you later.
I'm watching Netflix, okay.
You know,
Girl, not the Netflix and chill.
You got a problem? I'm fine with me. I got the one in Netflix. Let me put on Magic Mike. That's good. Yeah.
her and Magic Mike.
I'm sorry, I've been watching that one.
Girl, no.
Okay, so the first one was good. This was the stripper movie.
Oh, I
Channing Tatum.
Yeah, but the
I
second
should have
one,
known.
I got so much crap because I bought the movie because me and my daughters, they were 15, 14, we were in Walmart, and they were like, Mama, Magic Mike. I said, put the Blu-ray in the car. We don't want to. And then and people were like, you let your daughters watch that? I said, I was raised. My father said, I'd rather you do it in the house with us than do it out on the street. So that's how I was raised. So when I wanted to drink, I drank with my parents. When I wanted to smoke a cigarette, my dad let me smoke a cigarette. When I wanted, whatever, do other stuff, I was doing it in the house. But my dad was like, I'd rather do so. I do that with my daughters.
My mom, my stepdad was like that. Soon they found out hell no, nigga. Get your ass in my house. Get your ass.
So I let them watch Magic Mike XL. And
I haven't seen it.
Oh, I know you're talking about.
the last scene of that movie. The last scene of that movie, I must have rewound it so many times, and we were all just like.
I gotta say, I even appreciated that movie. I
appreciated all that.
That was good.
Y'all so
Really
mean.
appreciated it. I appreciate it from afar,
I appreciate I'm just gonna rewind. Again.
She lied. Brandee called me, said I'll be doing 9 months. I'm like, what?
Oh yeah. I said I just got pregnant again.
Again, we're keeping it real with some girl type here because again, girls, women, we want to laugh.
Yes.
We want to just enjoy life. Sometimes we get so caught in the seriousness of
Or
what is expected of us,
Right.
and what is appropriate and what is not appropriate. But when it comes down to it, a woman just wants to be herself.
Exactly. And we're gonna come back because I want to talk about how a lot of women don't want to support each other.
Yes.
And since we have all different
In
types
every
of women
community.
in every community, so we're gonna come back and talk about that because I really want to see what these wonderful ladies have to say
Right,
about
be right
that.
back. Brandee J and Salazar.
In Brooklyn. So we are back and having a great woman discussion.
Yes.
So I want to talk about, ladies, all you guys have experienced shade.
Are we talking about sunshade?
No.
The shade.
Different
levels of shade.
Yes, the shade from other women just other women in your lives. It could be in the industry, out of the industry. One thing I feel like is, as women, why do women think it is okay? Like, you can't be a woman for woman empowerment, but then you're gonna put down the next woman next to you. So how do you guys why do you guys think this even exists? Because you don't see it from men. They see it.
Yes, they do.
Okay, my bad. I'm sorry.
I think it's a subconscious insecurities that even women that are doing it, maybe they don't really realize they're doing it. And they see somebody else that has something that they don't even realize maybe they have in themselves. You know what I'm saying?
And instead of
you're not
I
so sure with
agree.
yourself, so you're looking at this other person and you're like, I don't want to say resenting, but
Jealousy?
You're envy.
yeah, it's and it's just like, how can she act that way and I can't, kind of thing. And it's like, what's the point? Anybody can be anything. You know what I'm saying? But I've experienced all different levels of shade.
And what do you think?
Honestly, I give it a hashtag salty. Because
Salty.
And the Jersey accent.
She said hashtag
Hashtag it salty.
Speaking of salty, that taffy on the boardwalk in Atlantic City was real good. It was really
Girl, I'll show
salty.
you Seaside Heights.
Okay.
I think a lot of these girls they're just bitter. They see a girl, a plus size woman coming up. Oh, this one's working with this one shot with this one. Oh, I want to do this. Oh, and then you met, hey, how are you? Oh, you were with such and such? Oh, how'd you do that?
Oh, trying to get info.
And then 2 weeks later, there they are with this person. And I just think it's just, I can't even,
can't
hashtag
understand.
salty.
I like that.
People are salty.
I
They
can't-
wanna.
I don't understand it.
So here's the thing about that. It exists. We know it exists. We've all experienced it. I've certainly experienced my part of it. And now I take a much more holistic, I don't want to sound like the guru, but I do take a much more holistic approach to it. Because if you feed into it, what happens is people want to spread the story. And when you're a popular person and people spread the story, they always tell what you said. They never tell what they said.
Ooh, that's
right. So now I make sure that I always deal with it in a way that anybody can tell the story and I come out smelling like a rose and shining. Which is the truth, is that if you are being shady to anyone ever, what that means is that you don't feel that blessings are available to you.
That was some wisdom.
We have in church.
Damn, that was like mama wisdom.
Yeah. So that's that. So when I get that from people, I give them empathy and compassion instead of my anger, because, oh baby, you know what? If I felt like you, I would be intimidated too. Because clearly you don't think that you can be as blessed as me. I live the blessed life. And I believe that my blessings are my blessings. Nobody can take them away.
Your name on
Everything that's got my name on it has got my name on it. I say it all the time. Can't nobody do this Phoeynix rain like
And
this
that's
Phoeynix
all.
rain. Phoeynix rain.
Told you we have
So I suggest to you that you do you. Because if you are trying to do me, sweetie, you're going to lose every single time.
Right.
There is no competition.
Do we have a mic?
And you know what's funny about that? I said to someone a few months ago, you know, maturity teaches you, I no longer have arguments with people. I end the conversation. Because I am willing to accept the consequences for everything about my decisions. I make my decisions, I make them clearly. So if you decide you don't want to deal with me, well, blessings to you, baby. I felt like you wouldn't deal with me either. And I know I'm going to deal with the people who I want to. So
I'm sorry, I'm a hood girl, so I'm gonna get raised. Hey, what happened? What's up? Why? What you trying to do? Why? What's up? What's up? Why? But no, I have experienced tons of shade, you know, again, once again, I'm a trans lesbian, and you know, especially with the ballroom scene, about the ballroom scene, it's all about labels. So if you got some fake Gucci or whatever, they gonna read you, or you got some synthetic weave in your head, they gonna read you. I mean, at the end of the day, some people struggle with money, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it doesn't have to always be costly to look good. And that's what a lot of girls, especially in the African American culture, because we're so creative, and we're always constantly worrying about fashion and labels. Like when I was in high school, I used to get rocking Reeboks. I'm like, come on, bro. I'm like, my mom bought me this shit. I ain't had no time for that.
Exactly. So this is a great conversation. We're going to be right back.
Brandee J. New York.
So we were discussing how, you know, a lot of women throw each other shade, and, you know, Phoeynix took us to church.
Yeah, we went to church, dropped the mic, dropped the book.
Drop the book, 'cause I didn't have a mic to drop. So
Hashtag drop the book.
drop the book and salty.
That's right. Hashtag salty. I know some salty people.
And hashtag you mad, bro.
Ooh, I like that one.
You mad, bro?
Like, why you mad?
Why you mad, bro?
I wish you guys could see we were having.
She can do like that. You mad?
Man.
Is you mad or not?
So at the end of the day, it's all about
Loving
loving yourself, but also you have to be comfortable within your own skin to support other women.
Agreed.
And you know, my famous thing I tell people: what's for you, what's for you, what's for me, and is for me. And
It's already got my name on it.
Yeah, but you don't. I tell women, people don't understand. You don't know what that person went through to get to where they're at, and you think because on social media, everyone ain't gonna post their struggles. They're gonna post the good stuff,
The highlights,
and people only see that thinking.
Well, it's not only shade in fashion, it's actually shade in appearance too. Like, for the body mass, like, her titties ain't shaped right. Her implants ain't right. Oh, that silicone is too hard. Her butt look like she got past this thing. I'm saying, like, you know.
It's like, but I don't understand, like, why why you worry about how she looks? Like, if it don't, I tell people, if you ain't messing with my money or my kids, why does it even matter to me what you look like? If you want to go out looking and have 2 lopsided titties, that's on you. It ain't got nothing to do with me.
If anything, you should suggest her for a better plastic surgeon. Let me
give you this.
I think we should look out for our sisters. I think we should be able to empower them and look out. And I think that's where it's going to come from. Is if you're confident in your own and you can easily give props to another female and whatever it is, it's like, you know what, it shows who you are as a woman.
But with that props, sometimes that can be shady too. Because I didn't see plenty of girls give them props, but still throw shade in it.
That's not fake props.
So you gotta know when it's real, when it's fake.
Yeah, we're talking about, ideally getting to a place where people begin to deal in being genuine, being their genuine selves. I'm fortunate you guys have got to experience. I raised one of those genuine people, and so like it or don't like it, good or bad, I hate it. She says it.
Yes.
You can always
love that.
Chanel
was killing it.
But she is my sounding board because I can always trust that it is going to be the truth.
Right.
That takes courage, though, because as a parent, often what you want to do is you want to say, shut up and do what I say, because it's easy not to be questioned.
Correct.
But if we're raising people that we want to ultimately end up interacting with in society, we want those people to be people who know how to navigate things like, I feel mad right now. So, okay, you can be mad and you can not like what I say. You just can't tear stuff up.
Yeah.
Right? You can go to your room, you just can't slam the door. You can close the door, close it
You
nicely.
can feel emotions.
You can call me whenever you want to call me inside them walls and I can't hear. Just don't let me hear you. Right? We learn how to understand the rules. But she's a dynamic person who is thoughtful and can interact with all people, all cultures, all ethnic, orientations, all financial classes of people, whether you're broke, whether you're the boardroom CEO, feeling comfortable to interact with anybody. When you raise people like that and we give each other permission to be that type of person, we end up with a better society. Because you can just let people be. Because your being does not move. It doesn't adversely affect my life. And so I can just celebrate you being whoever, whatever, however.
And that's what, because I have 2 older sisters, we do not talk, we don't get along. Because we weren't raised for that. And they throw so much shade. I mean, I think it was like a month ago, me and my older sister, we live literally 5 minutes away from each other. She's never been to my house, I've never been to her house. Saw her in a grocery store, and she looked right past her. And my niece was like, auntie, and I'm like, waving like, hi, it's okay. And, my niece saw me a couple months later, she was like, auntie, I told my mama, why are you acting, my niece is 6, why are you acting like that? And it's sad, and I raised my girls not to be that way, because I don't want my children to be how me and my sisters are and see what it did and does to my mother and my father. And it was one incident, I took my girls to the mall, and my middle, Jada, some friends saw her, and one of the girls looked at my oldest, and when the little girl just don't like your daughter, she said, hi, Alyssa. I said, bitch. And I knew.
This way?
Yeah. And I told my daughter, I said, when you know a girl does not like your sister, you do not speak to her. And you don't let that girl speak to your sister in that matter. Because I will fight a kid. And my daughter was like, Mama, no. I said, no. I said, the way she said it, my instinct was like, I'm about to mess this little girl up. But it's teaching them, our daughters at a young age,
to have that bond,
to support each other, to be there when you see someone do something wrong with someone. You don't just go along with it. You say, no, that's not right. But do it in a respectful manner and have that voice. And I really think that's missing, because people, they want to be keyboard gangsters, but they don't want to just be up front in your face and be like, no, you shouldn't do that. No, that don't look right. No, this and that. And I tell I'm honest with my kids. my mom's like, you're just too honest. I said, I have to be. When something, I'm like, no, that don't look right. You shouldn't.
And it's a sisterhood. Like being able to have that type of accountability. It's like, I have one little sister. I called her. I'm like, I need to New York. I'm stressed. I don't know what. She's like, I got you. And it's like having that person in you that's going to step up. It's like, and I think that also God will put people in your life. I have so many sisters. I mean, me and you, Brandee, I can call it for anything. So you have to have that support system of real women who are going to tell you, hey, I got you.
Let me just play the devil's advocate for a minute, though. Because, let us not get so caught up in the kumbaya moments that we think that all women have to be friends.
Oh, no.
Right? Because for real, sometimes we get lost in that too.
Yes.
And then we can't interact that other side of things. And so let's understand that we can be different people. And within those groups, there are people that get along great. And though you may get along greater with someone else, or you might say, like, you know what, she's a little too quiet for me. I just don't see us really.
I wish you would.
Right. You still don't have to be mad.
Exactly.
You don't have to throw shade. You don't have to put her down so that you can feel more because she's not wrong and you're not wrong.
Exactly.
Not your cup of tea.
Yeah, right. Just go about your business. It's kind of like the things when I see people on social media getting in arguments with people on their feed, like you could have just kept scrolling. It's actually and on my timeline, when I see people who consistently make comments about things that give me an arise or make me feel vexed, I just delete them.
Yeah.
I don't think it matters to them that I've deleted. Like, I'm not so arrogant that I think that they actually even care. They probably don't.
Or they
They
care.
gotta keep itself out.
I don't trust me, they care because they making a fake account right now looking at some. This is going home.
Laugh it out, keep it out, laugh it, and go about your business.
So we're talking some realness on
Talking
the show
realness.
today.
We'll be right back closing out the show.
Brooklyn, New York.
Brandee J, Kristy Tells Our Talk Show.
In the
We'll be back.
hood.
We're back. We're talking about the elevators here in Brooklyn, New York.
In the hood.
Cali girls aren't used to those elevators, so when we got in, we thought we'd be set up.
You know,
So
we go to elevators in Cali. We got music. We got TVs. You like, ooh,
air fresheners,
all that stuff.
all that stuff.
We are spoiled out in California.
So we're getting a rude awakening out here, but we good. We're coming back a little harder than we were when we came out.
I don't know if I need to come back harder.
You don't.
No.
In the hood.
That's the hood episode.
So we've had an amazing time.
As you can see, I mean, it's
One of the best shows we've done in
the
a very
flavor that we have in this room today.
So we want to thank all of our guests. Thank you guys so much for waking up early, coming out in the hood.
Guys, I gotta say it.
Hashtag in the hood.
Yes.
Brandee J Shows Our Talk Show in the hood.
Yeah, so we'll be back. We'll be tomorrow going back to. I'm excited to see a palm tree. I
I mean, I think we're gonna see our water and it'll
Yeah.
be nice. And we get to ride the plane together, so you can expect some behind the footage on that because
Oh God.
we are about to be insane on a plane together.
Yeah, she got the middle seat because I don't do middle seats or window seats. I got the aisle just in case.
It's about to be an
I gotta
adventure.
run somewhere. I don't know where I'm going.
She be like, I love you, but I got
Just
to
don't
run.
get it. Just don't get a seat behind the annoying kid that always kind of keep me.
Oh, I got it on the way up. Yeah.
That's why you gotta get extra leg room, boo.
But in all seriousness, thank you to New York. Thank you
It's
for
been an amazing time. I just can't wait to come back.
This was a surreal moment for us. The fact
Very.
that we are out here shooting the show that we started 2 years ago, and it's just grown and developed, and new levels are coming up.
And we do everything ourselves.
Yes,
We,
this is the team. Like
we
we have an
have a great
amazing
team,
team. These
but-
are the resources.
We fund everything ourselves. We do
They're
everything
independent.
Yes.
By themselves.
Yes.
Don't need nobody.
Yeah.
Again,
Right.
by
One bed,
themselves.
one pillow.
I'm gonna have to reboot Brandee when I get her back home.
I think she's been hanging out with GB some more. I'm sorry, I'm influenced, baby.
GB's bringing up the hood and Brandee. I'm like, oh man, we could have trouble at home.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you to our guests.
Thank you
to our
so
team.
much.
We've had a great time. So you will see us back in Cali.
Yes, New York, thank you for
New York
all
will
the
be
love. And we're about to be bi-coastal.
Yes,
Right,
bi-coastal.
guys.
Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Brandee J J and Kristy Talk Show. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook.
Kristy Salazar 123.
Brandee J, and then also our Instagram for our talk show is Brandee J and Kristy Talk Show. And we have more things coming up. We'll be hosting more events, traveling more, going different places. So you'll be seeing more of the plus size and the lesbian.
And to our sponsors, thank you. We'll name all of you later, but thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Thank you. She
straight said the lesbian and the plus size.
That's what they, you know,
Man, you got some lesbian sister right here.
Oh, that's right. See, we rocking.
That's what they say. You know what they see? They do that. Look at the lesbian and the plus size.
I know.
I'm just saying.
I
I just put it out there.
Should I wear a rainbow shirt?
Yeah. So thank you.
Rainbow gang.
We in the hood.
In the hood.
Rainbow style.
Rainbow gang in the hood.
Again, Brooklyn episode.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Bree, man, we didn't like you to switch it.
Dude, that was so good.
Call you like always.
Were you supposed to call him?
He was gonna film us last night,
I thought you were supposed to.
and I told him if I was hungry.
Don't worry, I took over Instagram.
Yeah.
We did it on Instagram. We did little videos. Yeah.
See, exactly. You talking about moving the couch?
Get your ass up.
She's sleeping.
One, two, go. One, two.
This is one that you can't too, right now. Look at this. Oh.
Wait. Push it. Right.
We'll get started opening up.
Ready? Yeah.
Go.
You want to bring the class?
That's Christina.
Go.
Yeah, it is. Thank God for cases.
You know what?
Should've got that behind the scenes. All right.
Ready? I was trying to tell you. Okay, I hold it.
You have the
You're
period
back.
wrong.
You're back.
You ain't got the period
Oh,
wrong.
yeah, I was laughing about it. Because we just put it out there.
My boy shirt. The drawers I have on today. I mean, they keep riding up.
Well, maybe we
Behind the scenes is gonna be badass.
I'm just saying. I'm having this big butt. Like that's not a word.
Hey, Jimmy's telling me that's not on my thumb. I can't find it.
I can't find it. Like, why the hell am I wrong? If someone get lost, and it's like, why? And why do I want to streak up my ass? I already have all this ass. It's like, come on.
when you over there trying to look like Buffalo Biden.
The struggle is real. Shout out to the ladies that wear thongs.
That's good. That is so great for y'all. But I would stay wearing my boy shorts and underwear, and I have them on today, but they keep riding up. Yeah. So yeah.
People wear, especially you got a high lift on.
Okay, just aside, these are important conversations.
Yeah.
As designers, we should be listening to what real women actually experience
Exactly.
when they're wearing clothes. What happens?
When your shirt's not as over, you got pasties showing because, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, struggle. Back. No, we're not.
No. Are we back?
Hey everyone, we're back.
Are we back, Steffi? Are we back?
Step.
Steph. Sorry.
Wow.
That's what Aura told me.
I swear I thought it was a scary movie.
No, I thought Jason was going to be
Yeah, I know, Freddy.
If I would have heard that, I would have, oh, hell, no, I'm not that person. Who's there? Yeah, that nervous action.
I was shocked that you are. I'm like, real, this is real, this is real.
My lips sweating now. Thank God.
I'm over.
Crazy. I told you I'm crazy. The text did nothing. This is the flesh. I know.
like what?
I
really think she a rapper. And my other wife, you know, comfortable little Kim back in the day. No, I had Queen Bee on my car.
Wow.
I had a Brandee on and I got Queen Bee on my car. And you know, white, to match it. And I rolled up, my dad was like really brainy. And then I had this sticker on the back of the car that said porn star. And I did it just to get on my dad's nerves. So I came out one day, and I saw like a porn star was missing. And I was like, you dropped the porn star. And he heard me, he was like, I didn't do this, my daughter ain't no porn star. You know, you're right about me. And then he was like, whatever. So then I just told him, I got the napkin with that too. I was like,
oh, you just left the auntie on that one. You take my porn star decal away, I'm gonna give you a tattoo.
yeah. Hey everyone, we are back in Brooklyn, New York. I'm anxious, everyone will be black.
You see what happens when we don't eat breakfast in the morning?
The conversation, we're gonna be right back.
Brooklyn, New York.
You know what?
I didn't have a mic to drop, so I just
Be like, yeah, that book was heirloom from who knows where.
yeah.
She the price of this shit.
$29.95.
Exactly.
Brad.
We're rolling.
We are back.
For all our viewers who want to be guests, this is what our guests get to experience.
I know, this is having a good time.
Yeah. He straight got a curtain. Wow.
We'll put it up in a minute.
He straight got a curtain. That is something. The jersey's coming out. We got Snooki.
That's what it was. That's who I was trying to train.
We got Snooki. We challenging Snooki over here.
Hello, do you have my phone?
What?
Boobies.
All right, let's go. Rolling.
Somebody get my face in so we can see you because I don't have my glasses on. So I need
But you told me I don't have to right now.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah, my bad. Sorry.
Where's your contact?
Now I am actually recording now.
We're recording now.
Oh, shit.
Huh?
Let's do this.
I'm ready. Ready?
Are you ready for
We're
us?
in New York.
I know.
Exciting.
How surreal. Yeah. 2 years, baby
I
doll.
would say like the titty bump, but this shit.
Mine might fall out.
No, mine are like when I take off the bra, they are depressed.
Oh no, mine are like hold up like pieces.
Damn kids.
We good.
Kids, they just take your titties and everything.
Nah, you can get it back.
I'm gonna get them back.
That's right. Can't have courage, but ready?
I'm ready. Are we filming? Oh, you was filming.
Oh shoot, shoot.